What do you think about that?
Never would have knew he would have said some like that.
Wow, nope, I did not. I would not expect that.
You said Trump. You said it was Trump. What is going on, everyone? James Klug here. You often hear the media and Democrats talking about how radical the Republicans' immigration policies are, but didn't they hold a similar view up until 5 minutes ago? Today I'm in Los Angeles, California, and we're going to be reading immigration quotes from Democrats to people. Let's find out what they think about them. I'm going to read you a couple quotes from well-known politicians. I want you to guess who said them.
Uh-oh.
No.
All right. Oh, I'm not going to get it.
Well, that's okay. If you don't know it, you can guess Republican or Democrat. Sound good?
Okay.
Here's this quote. This politician is speaking about illegal immigrants. And the quote is, no matter how decent they are, no matter their reasons, the 11 million who broke these laws should be held accountable. Who said it?
Trump.
The 11 million who broke these laws, immigration laws, should be held accountable. Who said it?
The Democrat?
Tom Homan.
Donald Trump.
Donald Trump? Who said it?
Trump.
Trump said that?
Trump.
I'm
that's
sticking
your
on
answer.
Trump.
That's your answer. Trump?
Yeah, Trump.
I agree, yeah.
You going Trump?
Yeah, I'm going to stick with Trump.
All right.
I don't have the answer for that.
Okay, Republican or Democrat?
I imagine Republican, but it very well could have been due to like the shift.
What do you think?
Republican.
Republican. Okay, so we're gonna go Republican. Tom Homan.
Donald Trump.
Donald Trump said that. Why do you say Donald Trump?
He's a racist. That's what he do.
On a scale from 1 to 10 on that quote of being extreme, how extreme is that quote?
10.
10. Why do you say Trump?
Well, he's big on immigration and immigration reform or taking immigrants out. So,
All right, next one is. This is a debate question and answer. Okay. Yes or no? Would you allow sanctuary cities to ignore federal immigration law? This politician said bluntly, no. Who said it?
Trump.
I'll say Republican, but I don't know the exact. I've heard that one, but I cannot put a name to it.
That's okay. Who said that?
Donald Trump.
Who said it?
I think that's a Republican.
Republican?
Yes.
Okay. Who do you think said it?
I'll have to say Republican.
Republican. Where are you at?
I'm going to say Republican.
Trump.
Republican.
Why are you saying Republican? Do you mind if I ask?
Because they're against immigrants and they don't believe in sanctuary cities.
I'm not sure, but that just sounds like something he's been getting at.
That's just typically like the outline of their policies, and I mean, to a degree, it is a justified, response. I mean, with sanctuary cities, you bring in, it's like 90%, 95% good, well-meaning people who want to like improve their lives, and then you have like that 10% that gives a bad name to everyone. And you have to look at that 10% because you have to look at the, safety and, just you have to look at the population as a whole.
And I think that Republicans are more, with the people.
With the American people?
Yes.
Last one for you. When we use phrases like undocumented workers, we convey a message to the American people that their government is not serious about combating illegal immigration. Who said that?
Joe Biden.
Okay, so we got 2 Trumps and 1 Joe Biden.
I don't know that one. I'd also lean more towards Republican, but again, it's a very nuanced situation. We're all people here. We all have, like some Democrats may have more like Republican views and vice versa, you know what I mean? So I mean, we're all individuals here, so it's a very complex issue. It's very, humanity itself is complex.
Christy, no.
Christy, no.
Republican.
Republican, okay. We're going Republican again. The first quote, no matter how decent they are, no matter their reasons, the 11 million who broke these laws should be held accountable. That was Barack Obama in 2010. You said Trump. You said it was Trump.
Guys, don't hold us. Don't hold us, guys. We are still in the process
Black
of learning.
History Month.
That is Barack Obama in 2010.
Wow. Wow, nope, I did not. I would not expect that.
Barack Obama in 2010.
Really?
What do you think about that?
Never would have knew he would have said some like that. For sure. Wow. Nice. I'm not surprised.
You were going to say that?
Wow. I'm not surprised.
Does that surprise you?
Yes, it does. He's just like one of those guys. And again, going back to what I said about humans being complex, the situation being complex.
It's shocking to think that he would say something like that, especially seeing how he's my race, but that is his opinion.
All right, we're going to change the topic really quick. Do you think that the U.S. will take any part of Greenland? No. Before 2029, do you think they'll take any part of Greenland?
Never.
We do have prediction markets that are showing a 39% chance before January 21st, 2029, that the U.S. will take just any part of Greenland. Does that surprise you that people are saying, betting that, hey, 39% chance that we're going to take a part of Greenland?
No, that doesn't surprise me at all.
That doesn't surprise you?
No.
That is pretty high. I think you would probably agree, huh?
Yeah, I would, but I think there's a lot of dumb people in this country, too, that just bet on dumb stuff.
All right, so that guy made it pretty clear that he thinks there's zero chance. I definitely think he's wrong. A lot of people think that Trump just randomly wants Greenland when the U.S. has been trying to acquire Greenland for literally hundreds of years. William Seward wanted to purchase Greenland when we purchased Alaska back in the 1800s. President Harry S. Truman also wanted to purchase Greenland. And you guys, tons of strategic benefits. You have shipping routes, you have rare earth minerals, you have cool climate that's perfect for data centers. I could go on and on. So yeah, not random at all. I think Trump is definitely going to acquire at least a piece of Greenland. But hey, we'll see. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. Also, Kalshi is the only place to trade on these kinds of events legally in all 50 states. That is a big deal. Get $10 when you sign up using my code. That is kalshi.com/Klug. You will get a free $10 credit when you trade $100. That is kalshi.com/Klug. I will put a link down in the description below. Let's get back into this. What about you, man? You thought it was for sure Trump talking about immigration there, and specifically illegal immigration.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I thought it was Trump because all the shit started with ICE, but at the same time, I also am a little intoxicated. But I still think, like, I don't know. I really felt like I was Trump, but I felt like I was 100% correct with that.
I thought I had it.
Does it shock you that, Barack Obama and Trump used to basically agree on that position right there? Does that shock you?
Yes and no. I think yes, only because of the way Trump goes about things.
Yeah.
I think that would be a little more like, wow, Barack, you kind of agreed. But at the same time, I think it's a certain point where it is kind of time to clean up and make sure that, everything is kind of on the right, I don't want to say the wrong words, but kind
You're
of
saying get your own house in order.
Yeah,
Kind of
right.
like things are a little bit all over the place.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, that's how I want to say it. But I wouldn't have thought that he's like, get him out,
Why are you not surprised about that?
I think it's it's kind of funny because I think first of all we're in a democratic state.
Very much so.
Predominantly, and a lot of them like to twist it and say, "Oh, Trump this, Trump that," but when you look back at the history, a lot of the Democrats did things worse than what Trump's doing now, and Barack Obama was one of them.
Is that surprising or is that unsurprising?
That's not surprising because I guess remember that, but I could see him. They called him the deporter in chief, although
they did.
The methods were a little bit different.
Slightly different. That's correct.
Yes.
You said Trump on this next one. This was the debate question on sanctuary cities. You said Republican. This one was Joe Biden in 2007.
They're all going to be Democrats.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah,
Sanctuary cities being allowed to ignore federal law. Your guess was Trump. That was Joe Biden in 2007.
Wow. Well, I was close. It was a president, right?
You were getting close. That was Joe Biden in 2007.
Joe Biden.
Joe Biden.
Joe Biden.
Honestly, I wouldn't have known that because I didn't even know of him in 2007 because I was about 2 years old.
You wasn't even born in 2007.
I was born in 2008, but I wasn't. Oh yeah, you're right. I wasn't even born.
Okay, so Democrat.
Wow.
A little bit later than the Barack Obama quote.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
Not surprised by that one either.
Nope.
You were thinking it was a Republican, ended up being a Democrat. Why'd you think it was a Republican?
I'm so embarrassed.
Yeah, I'm honestly like, dang, I feel retarded right now.
Does that one surprise you or no?
With Biden, not necessarily as much, but interesting though.
Interesting. For the next one, are we changing our answer or are we staying with Republican?
We'll stay with Democrat. We'll change to Democrat.
We're going to change to Democrat?
Sure, why not?
When we use phrases like undocumented workers, we convey a message to the American people that we're not serious about enforcing it. Kind of normalizing it when it's something that we shouldn't be normalizing. It would be like calling shoplifters receiptless shoppers. You'd be like, hold on, why are you using this soft language? What's going on there? Okay. All right, you got it. That one was Chuck Schumer, Senate Minority Leader. That was Chuck Schumer in 2009. He's the Senate Minority Leader. Maybe a little bit less well-known than Obama and Biden, but still.
So I'm 0-3. 0-3.
That was Chuck Schumer in 2009.
Okay.
You will not lose your speech. Ever! 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 You believe in God. You are my world. I am not in yours. An angel man respects Edomite.
Your answer was all Republicans.
Yes.
Now, I think it's a fair guess Because these quotes today, even for Barack Obama, you'd be ostracized and you would not be necessarily welcome in the mainstream political left today.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
What changed?
Well, I mean, I feel like that over the past like 15 years, like the political climate has become far less bipartisan and a lot more like this side or that side. There's a lot more division in the country than there was, when I was in high school. Like, and it's been a radical shift. And as this questionnaire shows, like, even like, I try to stay up to date. I try to stay, in the now and like, what's going on in our country.
Current events, all the
current events and stuff like that. But I mean, like, even I can be susceptible to like one side is saying or the other side. I'm definitely more left leaning, but again, the right, they do make good points. The left make good points.
If Barack Obama said that today, or a Democrat politician said that today, I would think that it would not be received well. Do you disagree with me there?
I don't think it would be.
You don't think it would be received well?
No. And I think the parties are more.
Are they switching again? What's going on?
Well, no, I think that some of the stuff that was said before is different. Like the parties are much more. The base of the Democratic Party is much more liberal now. The same, the Republicans are much more conservative. There's not that middle. So what was middle ground before now could be viewed as extremist. Obama might not be able to be nominated today because the parties have shifted. They've gone to the extreme. So whereas Obama was always portrayed as liberal, he's much more moderate.
A lot of Democrats want to speak like that nowadays. Why did they shift away from that? What do you think happened?
That's a good question, and I'm not sure what the answer is.
But it is surprising to you, huh?
Yes, it is. It's very.
Nothing's changed in my view. To me is, people have actually come here through immigration process, and they've done it legally. You cross the border illegally, you deserve to be punished. You can't just come here, break laws, and think I could do whatever I want to do. No, that's breaking the law. The thing is, nobody's above the law. Doesn't matter what level you're on, So, I mean, when you break the law, you got to be punished for it.
Do you think if Barack Obama held that position today and made that public, saying that these people need to be deported, do you think that would go over well with today's Democrat Party? Yes or no? Where do you stand on that?
Oh, of course it would. I mean, I think a
Democrats
lot,
would accept that?
I think Democrats would accept it, only because he's a Democrat. That's why.
So is the problem it's coming from Trump and therefore it needs to be anti-that? Is that more of your position there?
I think so, yeah, I think so. So I think a lot of the times, a lot of people, I believe, vote with a party, but they really don't do the research. They don't do the background history about what you're voting for. I think there's a lot of people out here, especially here in California, if it says Democrat on the ticket, you're just voting Democrat. That's all.
A Dixie cup with a D on it's going to get a vote, huh?
Right, exactly. Exactly. People really need to do research and find out what the issues are and vote on an actual issue and what the purpose is behind that issue. And it goes all the way to the mayor here in Los Angeles, goes to Governor Newsom, all of them, They all think, oh yeah, you guys could come here, you could do whatever you want. No, you can't, because you know what? It takes away from the true American people, okay? I'm a vet. I'm a veteran. There's veterans that are homeless. There's veterans that are losing benefits because Mayor Bass, Governor Newsom, and the Democratic politicians here would prefer to give illegal immigrants benefits more than they would veterans. It's just ridiculous. They shouldn't do that. So
get our own house in order first, and then have any conversation about whatever that is later, right?
Exactly.
Is that kind of your position?
Exactly. Yeah, that's exactly my position. You need to take care of your own first.
I think that the people that are causing crime, doing crime, those people are, yeah.
Well, hold on. What's the position here? Do we wait to find that out and then we do something about it, or you do something about it before you find that out?
I don't know. That's real.
Honestly, I mean,
I feel like you can't just because some of them are do illegal things and are illegal. You shouldn't put that on all of them, because I know a lot of immigrants that were hard workers that came here for.
How do you know to separate that?
Yeah, and how do you know which people are which?
Yeah, how do you know?
If you guys have a bowl of M&Ms and let's say 5% of them are poison, are you guys eating that bowl of M&Ms?
That is a good way to say it.
Because we don't know which ones are poison.
Should we be enforcing immigration laws at all, or should just the world be able to come to the U.S.? What do you think?
No, we should be enforcing them, but we should be enforcing them. I feel like we should be enforcing them.
Just like the citizens, we should all be held accountable for what we do.
If somebody breaks the law and comes into the country illegally, those people need to be held accountable?
Yes, everybody needs to be held accountable. Everyone.
This is a big debate going on today. A lot of Democrats don't agree with that position. Even Barack Obama wouldn't really agree with that position today.
Okay.
Why do you think so?
I don't know their mindsets. I can't tell you why. I don't know their mindset.
But that seems reasonable to you. That policy seems reasonable to you, though.
That everybody be held accountable, yes.
Yes, ma'am.
We have to find a way to, be empathetic. We have to find a way to, understand, each other's point of view. Because there's no definitive right or wrong. I appreciate the questions and I appreciate the answers that you've given me. That allows me to kind of go back and do more research and, learn more things and, expand my own worldview.
All right, everyone, that is it for today. Let's go ahead and get our founder tier members' names up on the screen. Greatly appreciate you guys supporting the channel. I want to know what everyone thought about the reactions, the conversations, and also, obviously the right and the left used to have much more in common about immigration enforcement up until about 5 minutes ago. What changed? Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. If you guys want to become a founder tier member, get your name up on the screen at the end of my videos, please consider becoming one by hitting that link down in the description below. Greatly appreciate them, their support. They're allowing us to go out here and make more videos. So are all of our members, of course. So we greatly appreciate you guys. Now, if you want to see this video, maybe a part 2, or you enjoyed it, please make sure to hit that like button. Make sure to subscribe for more videos and hit that bell notification button so you are notified next time I post. And I'll catch you all in the next one. Thanks, guys. He just tried to bite me.